Hey guys, it's me from the future. I just want to make a quick mention. I want to thank Silicon Power for sending us their SSD. It's a really powerful A55 3D NAND SSD. If you guys are on a budget or if you're looking for something super fast, this is the way to go. So I want you guys to check it out and give them some love. Alright, back to the video. Hey everyone, how you all doing? My name is Dylan. I'm the CEO of Alpha PC, as you guys can see. And today we're going to build a really sick PC. I think you guys are going to enjoy this. So let's go ahead and get it started. Check this out. Look at all these amazing parts we got. We got everything you can think of, basically. We have a 3090 beautiful graphics card right here by EVGA. We got some amazing good-looking fans by Nvme. We have some really nice HyperX Fury RAM right here. I love these with the neon. It looks crazy to me. We got 1TB Nvme M.2 SSD. We also have a Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.0 adapter. And then we come here to the power supply, which this is a 850 watt power supply, Go Plus. And by the way, it's got RGB because everything's RGB today. So we're doing all RGB. And we have this, check this out, beautiful deep cool AIO liquid cooler, because we only deal with liquid coolers. We don't do any of the other peasant stuff. So we're gonna take these fans out and we're gonna add the RGB in those, because why not, right? We need RGB. Don't you guys think so? And the reason why I didn't get the RGB version is because the fans will look different. So we got 3 of these, which makes it 9 fans. We're gonna use all 9 in this PC today. And then we got this beautiful motherboard by Tomahawk, Z490 by MSI. So very nice board, highly recommended. I built in this before, and I think you guys are gonna really like it. We also got an i9 10900KF. So F basically means it doesn't have integrated GPU, which nobody ever needs it. If you're gonna build with an i9, you're just gonna use a GPU right here. So, I mean, I think I've covered everything. Without further ado, I'm gonna pick up the case and show you guys what we got over here, alright? So, let's talk about the tools right now, and basically, all we have is pliers, we got some zip ties, okay? We got a drill, because I'm very lazy and I don't want to deal with using my hand, you know? And then we got this really nice Arctic Silver number 5. So this thing is a really nice thermal paste. It's gonna get the job done, that's for sure. And then let's go ahead and bring the case up. So here we have this really nice Razer Edition Lee & Lee 011 Dynamic. Just check out this beauty. Wow, look how crazy this thing looks. And you know, I asked the customer, I'm like to him, so what do you want? What do you like to see? What type of colors? And he's like, oh, I like black and green. I'm like, okay, say no more. You know, we got you. So we got the Razer Edition Lee & Lee 011 Dynamic. I think he's really gonna like this. So let's go ahead and take it out. So here we got these tabs right here, and we're just gonna go ahead and open the top, because that's how you take out this case. You have to take out the top first. Okay, I'm gonna put these aside for now, because we're not gonna be using them for a while. All right, I'm gonna take off the left and right side. So you just pull them up, and then one more, you just lift this up like that. Okay, and then check the case. Look how good this case looks. This case is one of my favorite cases to build in, by the way. You got so much room to work in, and you know what? I'm even gonna take this one out as well, the Razer one. Very, very nice. Very good looking case, that's for sure. Okay, and make sure you guys place the glass somewhere safe. That way you don't accidentally bump into it, and then your dreams shatter. So here we got the Razer. And one thing I really like about this case is how it has the 2 RGB lights at the bottom. Very nice. Okay. So first thing we're gonna do, all right, before we put anything in this case, we're gonna go ahead and take out the motherboard, the CPU, the RAM, and also the Nvme. So we're gonna start with our motherboard, and then we're gonna bring all the other stuff that we mentioned. So we got the motherboard, we got the RAM, we got the Nvme SSD, and then one more thing is we're gonna get the CPU, of course. All right, so I'll show you guys how to quickly do this. It's better to put as much stuff as you can on your motherboard before you put it inside the case. That way it's easier for you. Here we go, check this beauty out. Wow, that looks amazing. Just like I love MSI. MSI does some really nice builds. Very nice. You got, I think that's 2 M.2s. We got 1 PCIe X16, and I'll show you guys how to build this. So let's go ahead, and by the way, make sure you place this on top of the motherboard box that you got. That way it's really easy for you guys. And I'm gonna do it upside down for me so I can show you guys, because that's what's important, right? It's a tutorial, and it's not watch me build this. The CPU, and this is the i9-10900KF, and it's a really powerful CPU. Actually, it's the best Intel CPU there is out there for gaming. And we're gonna open this. Now be very careful not to drop this anywhere. Okay, so you can see 10900KF, very nice. And here's how we do it. So you're gonna check where the pin is, or the little arrow, which is in here, if you can see that in this little corner. So we're gonna take that and we're gonna check on the motherboard here where that arrow is. And by the way, you guys can see it right here. This is it right here. So we're gonna go ahead and take this out. Okay, lift this arm up. All right, don't take the black piece out yet. So lift that up, and then we're gonna line up the see the little dot there? That's another thing you can check out as well. We're gonna line the CPU up with that. Okay, go ahead and insert it. Be very careful with this because you could break everything. And then go ahead, when you place it down, and this thing has to be underneath that screw, and then just go ahead and push on this and clip it in like that. And then now we're gonna go ahead and take our Ddr4 Ram, 3600 megahertz. So you have to check your manual, but usually dual channel, it's basically slot 2 and 4 if you go from your left to right. So we're gonna go ahead and place this, make sure the tab, you line it up with this tab right here. So you can see it's only one way, the shorter tab, the shorter end. And then we're gonna go ahead and lift both of these tabs out, okay? And we're gonna insert this and apply a little bit of pressure until you hear a click on both ends. So that's one side, that's that, and then that's two sides. So we heard 2 clicks, make sure it's all in, push a little bit more, and then it's perfect. All right, and then we're gonna get the second one, do the same thing. All right, now to the next thing, which is the M.2 Nvme, and check how beautiful this thing looks. I just really love the case it comes in, it's so nice. And we're gonna go ahead and unscrew. Make sure you put it on the very top slot, on the very top M.2, because I think that one is the faster version than the other ones. I think we might need a screw for that. Okay, so here we can see that it comes with 3, and you can see this one. So there's different sizes of the SSD. We're gonna make sure that the right one is installed. So this is the size for that. Slide it in just like that. Push it in, bring this down, and then we're gonna take the screw. Gonna take your screwdriver or whatever you have, screw that in very carefully. So that's all the way in. So before you put this heatsink back in, make sure you take this thing out. So you're gonna take that out, line it up with tabs over here. So we got 1 and 2. There it is. So let's go ahead right now and install it on our case. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put my big screwdriver back in. So every case comes with screws. If your case doesn't come with screws, your case is missing screws. This case, basically, the screws come back here. So we have an ATX motherboard, which means it's basically a medium motherboard. There's smaller motherboards where they only use, so the ITX only uses these 4. The MATX uses these, I think these 6, and then 2 more right here. And then the ATX, there's EATX, which is the very large one, but the normal one is an ATX motherboard, which is gonna use only the ones that are installed right now. So that's this one here, this one, okay, all of the ones I pointed at. These standoffs, they use the smaller one. I'll show you which screws. Usually they do that, but you have to consult your motherboard manual. Now, make sure you put your IO shield if your motherboard doesn't have one. But my motherboard, as you can see, it's already included. So we don't have to put any IO shield in here. So we're just gonna go ahead, put this in like that, slide it in, and make sure all the screws line up. Here are the screws that you usually have to use for this. So this is how they look, and we're gonna go ahead and start from the top right, in this little corner. I did the top corner and then the bottom corner. That way we hold the motherboard down with each corners, and then anything else you can just do all of them in one go. If you guys have a bunch of custom fans, make sure you guys pre-install them before you do anything else. These are the Cyrus Loop series by ASL 120 And the reason why I chose these ones is because they're ring fans. I really love the ring compared to the RGB in the middle. We're gonna install it right here. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we're gonna do 1, 2, and 3. And then on the top, we're gonna put the liquid cooler. We're gonna do 1, 2, and 3. We're not gonna use the fans that the liquid cooler came with. We're gonna use these custom ones right here. I'm taking this mesh out, and for this case, we do have to take out these bottom ones. So the bottom SSD mounts. If you guys really like this video, make sure you give it a like. That way we can make more videos like these. These are very high quality fans. You guys will see why I chose these fans after we turn them on. You will see. Basically, the side where it has the cross or whatever, this is the push. So the air is going out this way, and then this side is basically like that. So this is the pull, and this is the push side. We're gonna have these ones coming in like that, so the air will push in. Okay, and then these ones down here will also push air in like that, and then the top will be the exhaust. So we basically have 6 intakes. We'll basically have 6 intakes and 3 exhausts. The 3 exhausts, we don't need an exhaust fan down here, but the 3 exhausts for the liquid cooler, basically the positive air pressure is gonna help it push more air out. So the fans don't have to work as hard on the liquid cooler. So keep this in place like that. The screws for these, they come with the box. So do the same thing with all 3, and making sure that the wires are pointing towards the motherboard. See, all of them are installed now, and we got all of the wires going into the back. So with these wires, basically what you need to do is find the closest hole to it. We got these ones set up, and the wires are all nice and clean. You can't even see the wires anymore. They're all in the back. Now we're gonna go ahead and do this side right here. So we're gonna do the same thing as we did here. Now I'll show you which way to orient the wires and the fans on this side right here. And the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna make them stand up. That way we have the logo upright. But you mostly wanna care about where the wires are coming out. So make sure the wires are pointing towards the closest hole we have. All right guys, so as we can see, we got all of the fans and 6 of them, 3 on each side. But then we have 3 more, which is gonna go on the AIO, which we will install after the next part. So check this out. Look how clean this looks. You can't even see the wires. Guys, if you are hanging wires everywhere, we're not gonna be friends, okay? Make sure it's clean. If it's not clean, I don't know you. All right, cool. So the next thing we're gonna do, this power supply, guys, 850 watt RGB. And I really like the way this looks, fully modular. So you can see no cables are connected. Now what we do before we put this inside the PC is we have to check which cables should we add in here. Okay, so we're only gonna add the cables that we are gonna need. It's because we need this PC to be clean. That's one thing about fully modular. To check which cables you need, you have to see what graphics card you had. You have to see how many CPU power pins you have, 8+4, and you have to know how many SATA you're gonna connect. So we are gonna connect 1 hard drive in here. So we're gonna put in both the CPUs. And the next thing we're gonna do is we're also gonna put the motherboard. So you can see here, guys, we have a small one and a big tab clip. So for this one here, I'm pretty sure it's a small one, and the big one goes to the motherboard. You also know, if you look here, there's a splitter here. So if your motherboard takes 4 less pins, then this one comes out. So that's how you know the difference between, which one goes to the power supply and which one goes to the motherboard. Now for us, we have 3 PCI Express connectors that we need to get. And by the way, all, I believe, 8 pins. We got all of them connected. So we got 3 PCI Express for our huge graphics card. We got 2 of our CPUs. We got the motherboard, and then we got 1 SATA for our hard drive. Make sure the fan is on the outside, because the way this case is, there's an opening here where this fan can circulate. So there's this bar, by the way, you also need to take out. That's it, and just like that. These are the screws that you will screw into your hard drive. Cool. So then we have all this screwed. I just like to turn this off. That way when we finish everything, we connect it. You want to switch this on later. You don't want you don't want to short anything while this is on connected to your motherboard. I'll show you guys how to cable manage today. Put all of your fan wires on one side. So all these are here, okay? Look at all these fan connectors. This is a nightmare. If you guys ask your PC builder to show to add this many fans, they're gonna kill you. You know, put these together. So this is a USB wire. The USBs are basically these ones here. First one in. You can see here we have a USB-C. We have a HD audio. We have here a USB 3.0, and then just one power switch. And then we have the USB 3.0. First of all, you want to see where each one of them are on your motherboard. You find the closest hole to where the connector is on the motherboard. So the USB 3.0, it's right over here. That is the closest hole to the motherboard. So you're going to take this out, and you're going to see there's a little tab here. And this tab, you're going to line it up with the hole over here, the opening. Cool. There it is. Next one is going to be this one here. Okay, so that's the closest hole to it. Then we got the HD audio. There is a hole opening here, and then we're going to bring our HD audio. Here we go. So we got the HD audio. Here we go. And then the last part, all cases are different. A lot of them will come with like 5 of these, where you have like the LED, the hard drive, the power, the reset, but we only have a power. This is going to be my case pins right here. These two right here are the power. You will have to check with your motherboard which ones are the right pins. We could go ahead and start the power supply cables. The big 24 pin ATX for your motherboard. Okay, we're going to turn this around because we can see the tab right here. The lock is on this side and the lock is on this side. That way we just twist it like that. And then the next ones we have are going to be the CPU. We're going to use those. So you'll know they're the CPUs if they're split by 4 and 4. So if they're split like this, 4 and 4, then you know they're both the CPU ones, okay? It's always on the top left corner of the motherboard. So first one, you know, it doesn't matter. It's going to be the 4 pin. So we're just going to connect the 4 pin right away and make sure, again, the tabs line up with this tab right here. And now we have one more remaining, so the 4 pin. So for this one here, we're going to take it apart, okay? Some of them are square, some of them are rounded off. And you have to match which one it's going to, if you look over here, this bottom left is going to be round and the bottom right is square. And you plug it in here. So that's going to be that. And then the rest of it, just kind of, you know, pull it back out there. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and install our hard drive. So we're going to take this one out and we're going to line it up where you have the connectors in the back. So it's going to be like this. Okay. And then you're just going to look here, try to line it up with the holes. So there's 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4. Normal cases, you use these screws right here, which is the same ones you use for the power supply, but this is not a normal case. So for this case, you're going to use these ones right here. There we go. You hear a click? Perfect. Now if we go back here, we're going to see the pins right here, and this is why we install the SATA. That way we can connect it. So we only need one of these, and make sure, so this one has like a little, like an indentation here. Make sure you line that up with this indentation. Okay, you push it in, boom. I'm gonna check my motherboard because I need one SATA. These are the SATA 6 wires. So you're gonna use these to connect your hard drive to the motherboard. This side right here, okay? And usually this clip is going to be on the top side, which by the way, we're looking at the bottom side of the hard drive. That means that this clip is going to be on that side. So here we go. We're going to take this, going to turn it around, and we're going to look down here. These are the ones that you connect them to. So these little 2 ones, okay? You can see that there is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you pull it through here. Cool. And then I'm going to use SATA number 2, and I'll tell you why. So usually some motherboards, the first SATA uses the Nvme. I'm not sure if this one does or not, but use number 2 just in case. You know, before I do anything else, I kind of want to wire the fans up. Now each one of them comes with this. This RGB is a 3-pin RGB, which also has, I think it's an extension. But here's the thing, I don't know if all 3 fans are this thing is gonna handle like 9 fans. Instead, we're gonna look at the motherboard for 3-pin. So here we've got one, that's a 3-pin RGB. We also have another one down there. We're gonna do like 4 fans on one side and then 3 fans on the other. We're gonna find the RGBs, which is this one right here. So I think we're gonna daisy chain 4 of these. So the bottom 3 and then 1 of these. And then we're gonna daisy chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the other pin. So that's 3 connected, and then we just need 1 more. That way we could leave the other 5 to the other header. The next closest one, which is going to be this one here. So that's 4. And then we're going to take the end of it, which is this side. By the way, so there's 2 sides, right? One of them is going to have no pins. One of them is going to have 3 pins. The ones with the 3 pin, that's the one you connect to the next fan, right? So we don't use that. We use this one here, which gets the power and everything from the motherboard. We're going to use the bottom one here. Pull this through. Find where the RGB is, which is right here. Okay, so the liquid cooler, which is this really nice deep cool one, and deep cool castle, very beautiful. This pump is huge. Wow, crazy. And then it's got a mirror glass, I think, for the front as well. These are the fans that are included, but we're not going to be using these. We are going to be using the black fans right here with the RGB. We're not going to use these screws. All right, don't use these guys. If you use them, you're going to screw everything up. We are using Intel, so we're going to keep this one here. It says Intel. We're going to put this aside for now, okay? Because we're going to use it. So we're going to be using the long ones, all right? We're going to be using the long ones and the short ones, but for the fans, you're going to use the long ones for now. You undo these. Which way do we place them in, right? When we put this up, let's say your computer is facing towards you. We're going to mount it like that. The fans are going to be pushing this way, so it's going to be like this. And also the cables are going to be towards the back. Turn this around, and then this is how you're going to screw it in. So take the long screws, screw it in, but not too much. These ones don't go too much anyways because they're stopped right here. So we have all these set up now. You can see there's already thermal paste in here, but we're going to get rid of that because I did bring a really high-end thermal. This one right here, which is Arctic Silver 5. You're just going to check here. So this is AMD, this says Intel. And you're going to use these ones that they include. And make sure you twist this because it has like a little tab right here. So twist it where it kind of sits in on the other hole. And then this one here, you just kind of lift it up like that. Should click twice. So now we got the back bracket set up. And the next thing we're going to do is, I always recommend you wipe this, the factory thermal paste off. And then use your own higher quality thermal paste. So we're going to take this. This is for the bigger, the Xeons. So we're not going to be using this one because we're using a 10900K. You have to find the small screws that go over here. Here they are. It doesn't matter which way you install this one, like this or like that. But this side here has indentations right over here. So here's down, and then we're going to use one on the top like that. And then if you look at it from this side, you can see this is going to be on the side like that. But you're just going to take these because we're going to screw them after we put the back plate in. We're going to screw these in just like that after. Here are the other screws that we are going to need after we mount the this thing over there. Okay, let's go ahead and put some thermal paste. Place this right over here, and then we're going to spread it like icing on a cake. This way ensures that you have all of it spread 100% evenly. And then we're going to take the back plate. You know, you put it right behind the motherboard, pull those pins inside. The hard drive is covering it. So we're gonna just unscrew this for now. Put the plate back in. So like I said, this thing here is gonna go just like that. So these are what we're gonna be using. If your pump has a little thing where you take off, like a sticker, make sure you take it off. I'm using a drill to kind of screw it in. And I do it very slowly, okay? But you guys should use your own screwdriver and do it by hand. Slowly, like don't force it. So, you're gonna point it like that, okay? You're gonna push these down, just like this. And then, now this is where you use the top holes to move these wires inside. That way everything looks super clean. Pull the cables up. Out from the other side. There we go. And this is where these screws right here, the bottom ones. So these ones come with your cooler. Make sure you use those. You see there's multiple holes here. And I think the third one, so the second and the third ones are for bigger fans. But since we're only using 120, we're going to use the first ones here. So they will line up. We got it all mounted up. See that? Now we just keep pulling these cables out. By the way, you got to take these ones out as well. Undo these right here. This one is RGB. You're going to pull this in the back. And then this one here is the AIO pump header. So for this one, you have to find if you have any pump headers, which we do right here. It says pump fan 1. Now, how do we hide it? Well, cool. So there we go. There we have. Now we're going to set up these fans over here and these other two. That way we have RGB on all of them. We also need to set fans to spin as well. AIO comes with a splitter, and then the other 6 fans, we're gonna have to figure out a way to connect all of them to one header or 2 headers. So right here, here's a splitter. It's a 1 to 3 fan. This header right here, you know, everybody asks me, if you're running an AIO cooler, right, what do you plug the pump into and what do you plug the fans into? Pump, you plug it into the pump, and if you don't have a pump header, you connect it to like system header 1 and make sure you run that at full speed. The fans on the actual radiator itself, those ones are gonna connect to the CPU fan header 1. And we're gonna connect it right over here where it says CPU fan 1. There we go. That's connected. Now we're gonna connect the top 3 fans. We're gonna turn this around. Here are the 3 fans that we just pulled out. So we got the 3. Then we're gonna go ahead and connect them to the extension divider. With this one right here, we're just gonna go ahead and tie it all up. Now, as you can see, this one also comes with the RGB. Don't tie up the RGB yet because we still need to connect those. Over here, we have an RGB header. Now remember when I said we're gonna connect 4 fans and 5 fans into the other header? Well, since now we have a pump, we're gonna connect 4 fans and a pump in one, so that makes it 5 RGBs, and then the other 5 fans on the other header. Connect this in here. Okay, as you can see, that's connected. Remember these extensions? So this is the previous daisy chain, and then we're gonna daisy chain this last one. Since this one here doesn't hold up well, you can see, okay, we gotta tape it. We're going to tie everything up at the very end. First, we gotta test everything up. We're gonna daisy chain the other RGB stuff. So here we got all these RGB. We're gonna go ahead and daisy chain one by one. And then we're gonna go ahead and connect this one right over here. So we're gonna take this out, make sure we line it up correctly. There's a 1 pin on top, 2 on the bottom, right over there. There we go. Now these fans do daisy chain, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna connect 3 per one header. So I'm gonna find these 3, connect them to one header, and then the bottom 3 connect them to the other. Okay, so we got these 3 connected. We turn this around. So here we got sysfan number 6. I think we should connect to that one. All right. And then now we gotta daisy chain these 3 right here. So we're gonna do that right now. And let's try to find a header. We're gonna connect to number 5 right here. There we go. So the next big task now is clean this spaghetti mess up. With the power of fast forwarding, we're gonna show you guys how to do it. Alright guys, I think we've come to the very last part. By the way, my favorite part as well is this monster right here. This is just a crazy card, crazy beast right here. RTX 3090. We're gonna see which tabs to take out here. Number 2 and 3. Make sure this is pushed in. This tab right here on the right. Make sure we screw it in. 2 screws, because this thing's so heavy. One more thing guys, we're gonna install the Wi-Fi 6 adapter as well as Bluetooth 5.0. Very nice, powerful Wi-Fi adapter and Bluetooth PCIe card. We're gonna install, this is for the Bluetooth, it's gonna go in like that. And you can see it only uses a small PCIe. And then this one here is gonna connect into one of the USBs. Plug it right in here on my end, and that's gonna be the second last. Alright guys, connect Wi-Fi antennas. You connect them down here in the golden tabs. And now we're gonna connect this monster right here. So as you guys can see, this monster uses 3 8 pins. And now we're just gonna zip tie the excess off, pull it from the back. That's it. We take the plate, the one that we took out earlier, and we're gonna put that in. And watch, you won't even see any of this at all. All right, so here's the plate. So we're gonna start with the bottom part first. Check this cable management out for like 9 fans, 2 wires each. This thing is clean, guys. All right, let's see the front. It's clean. So let's go ahead, put everything back in, finish it up, and then start it up for the first time. Okay, so let's see, let's just show you around Let's just show you it. Show you how it is. Should definitely give it a try. Here we go. And 3, 2, 1. Hey, check that out. Wow. Oh my god, that looks crazy good. Wow. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed building it. If you guys like this and you want to see more content, make sure you comment, make sure you like, and you subscribe. So thank you guys so much. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Peace.